Ivanova Smith, and I want to speak to you all about mental age theory. Mental age is a theory that says that people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are mentally children, that we don't grow up, that our brains stay under 18 while our bodies grow old. Now, there's a lot of history with this theory. It was very popular. It was first popularized in the American eugenics movement within the late 1800s to the mid 20th century. It was used as a form of function labels. As you can see in the image, it was used to describe the way the different functions, the different terms for functional labels used back then. And it was very, these terms you actually may hear today as slang terms. It was used to justify forced sterilization and took away the reproductive rights of many people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It also led to encourage to us being institutionalized. It also was used to discourage us from being given an equal education, and it allowed us to be put in segregated classrooms in schools. It also made it harder for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to gain employment opportunities, or would make it harder for us to gain integrated and inclusive employment opportunities while we were not segregated and being given some minimum wages. Why this theory is so harmful and why it's wrong is because, well, our bodies grow, our bodies become adult bodies, and so our brains are going to become adult brains. There's just no way around that. And our brains experience the same chemicals as our bodies do, and so of course that's going to lead to our brains gaining that same life experience and that same development as the rest of our bodies. So it's really silly to think that our brains would not be gaining an adult body. Our brain is a part of our body, so yeah, it's going to be an adult brain because it's in an adult body. Another reason why mental age theory is so problematic is because, well, it promotes low expectations. It promotes the idea that we could never learn things, that we can never gain from our life experience, that we shouldn't get to have access to certain educational things. This is why a lot of students with intellectual disabilities are denied access to sciences, health ed, mathematics, history, a lot of things that all students really benefit. A lot of students with idea are excluded from because people think, oh, well, they'll never understand it. And a lot of people are even discouraged from reading or things that maybe they would have been able to do if they were just encouraged to. But mental age theory discourages it. So that is another reason why it's very harmful. Another thing is IQ scores doesn't take away life experience. Just because a person may not gain certain skills in their life doesn't mean that they don't gain life experience and that life experience is not meaningful to them. And so mental age theory takes that away and says, oh, this person's life experience doesn't matter. I lived on this planet for 33 years. So I have 33 years of life experience, and that's important to me. And lots of non-disabled adults enjoy things that are from their childhood and don't have the mental age questioned. So like, people ask me this all the time, well, I know a person where they just like to color all the time, or they love plushies, or they love Disney, and they're mentally affired because they like these things. And I'm like, that's absurd. Just because they like those things doesn't mean they're mentally younger. That just means that they like those things, just like any other adult enjoyed things from their childhood. I mean, it's natural to love and enjoy things from your childhood, and you should never feel shame for it. And neither should people with IDD. I think there's too much party poopers out there that want to take away adults' enjoyments and things. And we all should get to enjoy things now adulthood from our childhood and not be questioned in our age and our right to be adults and want to do adult things as well. I may want to have my beer where I want Disney, and every adult has that right. And the last and foremost reason why mental age theory is wrong is we all have the right to grow up. And no person, no adult with intellectual and developmental disabilities should be restricted in their adult rights just because of the disability or because they're lacking the skill in something. We are all adults. We all someday become adults, and we all have the right to be adults, and we all have the right to grow up. If you want to find out more information about mental age theory and how it's harmful to the intellectual and developmental disability community, check out the Informing Families video that I've also done explaining more around this topic. It's on the Informing Families YouTube page under Ivanova Smith Mental Age Theory. You can also find it in the link in the email that you get with this AtWork email. Also, if you don't want to watch a video and you want to read about it, you can also read my articles at nosmagazine.com, where I write about the history of the theory. I also go into more detail about it around these ableist insults, imbecile, moron, and idiot, in another article around the insults used around Donald Trump. So check those out at NOS Magazine as well, if you like to. Thanks for watching my video and have a happy holiday.